Live from KTIV, this is SportsFource Extra.
Welcome back, folks, to another edition of SportsFource Extra. I'm Jason Moeller in Siouxland. We have a plethora of highlights from you for you tonight. And we begin our night with a crosstown showdown and a rivalry that's been very one-sided in the varsity-bound era, which goes back to 2006 for this matchup. The Sioux City East Black Raiders, they have not lost to the Sioux City West Wolverines, but this is a new year and a new West High with freshman phenom Roman Henry. So, out to West High we go, where the Wolverines are looking for their first win against the Black Raiders this century. We begin our coverage in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game. Eduardo Frazier rips through, gets to the rim, finishes to get the scoring started. Frazier would end with 28 on the night. Later on, a little pick and pop action. Taven Irvine dishes to Roman Henry for the corner three, and it's a 1-point West lead. East not going anywhere though. Bilal Youssef uses the screen to gain plenty of space for the trifecta right here. But the Wolverines would not quit. This shot's offline. Dominic Meyergen is there with a putback, and for the first time since Kirk Heinrich was handling the ball for West, the Wolverines defeat Sioux City East 88-76. 13th ranked Black Raider girls on the bounce back as they take on Sioux City West here. We'll pick things up in the first quarter. Nice little inside out look for East. Tori Drent kicks to Kennedy Reynolds for the tray as the Black Raiders jump out early on. Now West, they were looking for a response. They won't find one here. The masked marauder, Brinley Winkleplet, comes up with the steal, and she'll finish the deal herself to extend the Black Raider lead. And tell you what, Sioux City East just rolling in this one. Later on, off this pass, Jaylee Jackson gonna drive in. She'll kick it on out to Lanasia Wooten, who hits this thing from Floyd Boulevard. East plays to the tune of a 52-12 win. Second-ranked Bishop Heelan girls looking to make it 15-0 on the year as they host Lamar's. We'll pick things up top of the game. Georgia Bixenman dishes. Look at this. This is going to get to go here for Lamar's, but they trail by 4. Crusaders call back. Trishelle Miller finds Kennedy Bainbridge, who nails one in from the top of the key, and they lead by 6. Later on, Bulldogs with it. Grace Westhoff tosses to Kinley Schmidt. Schmidt hoists and hits. It's just a 3-point lead for the Crusaders now, but they don't let up. Trishelle Miller comes up with a steal, and she'll take this one all the way in for the score. Heelan goes on to win 64-28. Heelan boys looking for their second win in a row as they try to kennel the Bulldogs. Into the first, Jackson Wells tossed to Andrew Grant for the corner three, but the Dogs still trail by 6, and the Crusaders, they respond. Noah Conley tosses to Asir Matumbo for the lay-in, and it's an 8-point lead for Heelan. Later on, Bulldogs with it once again. Wells finds a way to the bucket for the lay-in, but the Bulldogs are still battling back, and the Crusaders with it. Prince Wigba walks up, drills this thing. Heelan wins a close one, 60-57. North boys looking to hand Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln their first MRAC loss. We'll start off at the top of the game. Little scramble for the rebound. Andrew Hagan able to grab it. He'll go up. Hagan kisses it off the glass for 2. The Stars, they trail by 10. They keep it going, though. Max Wehrheim finds Trey Henry on the fast break. Henry, they will lay it in there for the layup there. But 8-point Lynx lead still, and the Lynx, they won't let up. Caitlin Steinbeck tosses to Ty Paulson. Paulson puts it home. Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln wins this one 84-23. North girls trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak as they battle the Lynx. We'll pick things up in the first quarter. Kinsley Walrod finds Aaliyah Moon. Moon puts it away, and it's a 2-point lead for North. Later on, Maddie Prevail gets it over to Morgan Beeman. Beeman sends it home, but the Lynx now lead by 4, and Seabal starting to pull away here. Tori Hansen hands off to Addie Naughton. Naughton drives it in, gets it to go here eventually. Seabal goes on to win this one, 74-47. The Hinton Blackhawk girls basketball team is rolling. Winners of 11 straight ball games entering the night. The Blackhawks ranked 3rd in their class and undefeated in War Eagle play. Blackhawk girls looking to make it 9-0 in conference play as they battle Remsen St. Mary's. Second quarter, Rory Cook dishes to Sydney Duskett gets the reverse layup to fall. It's a 28-point lead for the Blackhawks. Into the third, Remsen St. Mary's with it. Dylan Schrader gives to Chloe Homan. Homan able to get it off the glass and in for 2, but the Blackhawks don't let up. Bailey Boovy finds Addison Glass. Glass sends it home from deep. Hinton wins this one 70-18. Blackhawk boys trying to make it 3 wins in a row on senior night. In the third, the Blackhawks with it. Logan Coffey bounces to Will Hagstrom. Hagstrom will do the rest, finishing the layup, and it's a 7-point lead for Hinton. Later on, though, Hawks with it. Titan Waldschmidt finds Bo Johnson. Johnson able to finish, but it's still a 7-point lead for Hinton. However, Hawks able to keep it going. Jays bunkers. He'll give to Dalton Klein for the corner 3. And now they only trail by 4, but the Blackhawks soar just a little higher. Cole Friesen finds Logan Kempema. Kempema just backs his defender down, finishes. Hint wins this one 56-33. Sioux Center and Central Line girls going at it in about a 2 teams near the top of their respective classes. Warriors come out of the break up by 7. Lions cut into the lead, though. Eliana Hofer pulls down the offensive board, goes back up for the deuce. Later on, Danica Hugendorn takes this pass in the paint, rises up, finishes for 2 more. Now it's just a 3-point game, but that's right around when Maren Franken would take over this thing. The junior takes the bump, goes off the glass for 2. Later on, here she is at the perimeter. Little jab step. Yeah, I'll just shoot this one. That goes. Franken led all scorers with 37. Sioux Center comes away with an 8-point win. Same 2 teams going at it in the boys matchup. Sioux Center looking for win number 10 on the year. Late in the second quarter, Cody Sandbolt pulls down the defensive board. He'll dish it up ahead to Tyler Moeller. Moeller goes up, lays it in. He didn't have to go too far, though. The kid's 6'8", and the Warriors are up by 22. Central Line still working, though. Abram Metzger gets the putback for 2. But this thing was all about Sioux Center. Parker Boone finds an open look, buries the triple. Now less than a second to go in the first half. How about this? Austin Fink on the inbound. Talk about catch and shoot. Fink gets it to go at the horn. He'll send Sioux Center into the breakup 41-15. Warriors win big. Still waiting on a final for this one, though. MOC Floyd Valley visiting Hull to take on the Wolfpack of Western Christian early on in this one. Wolfpack down a pair. Toby Van Regenmorter pulls up from downtown, sends it home to give the Wolfpack the lead. On the other end of the floor, though, Carter Brightwell cuts right through the middle of the floor, lays in a nice, easy deuce. Now, these teams, they were just trading buckets early on here. Preston Louders, he's going to go up with a little lay-in. Get a little friendly roll off the iron for 2 there. MOC, they were letting their big man go to work in the paint. Jacob Mulder, bucket plus the foul. However, Western Christian would pull away with this one. They win by 10. Dutch girls, number 12 in Class 4A, taking on the Wolfpack here. Will pick up late in the 4th. Dutch up big. This is freshman Braylee Cleveringa finding Jaya Vandenberg down low for a couple of more, and that'll make it 66-23 in favor of MOC. Later on, Kaylee Tooker takes it to herself, gets a couple of more. MOC wins this one 68-23. A border battle at Siouxland Christian. The Eagles are hosting Homer. We begin in the first quarter here. Jackson Stansberry gives to Ben Bittinger, who pump fakes, drives baseline, and this thing hangs on for an eternity before finally going down for the first points of the game. Later on, Bennett Feaster with it. He'll drive in, kick it out to Bittinger. Bittinger cashes out from distance. It's 5-0 Eagles. Homer would find their way onto the board in this one. Here's Axton Caskey with a corner 3. Not long after, though, Eagles get it to Pat Wells up top. And like Sylvester Stallone, Wells goes over the top to Micah Camping. Camping buries the bunny. Siouxland Christian wins 54-30.
This is the Siouxland Christian student section.
SportsFource Extra coming up next.
Let's go!